Guys, welcome back to another live stream. And it's New Year, and it is new trading season. And I'm happy to see all the members here who joined the live stream. As you know, I was absent for almost a month, and for almost a month I wasn't trading. I was on winter holidays, and since this week I returned. Since this week I am back to work, and since this week I am trading. So many of you asked me to do the live session, many of you asked me to analyze the charts for you, so I decided to do the live session covering the New York session opening. And so as always, our plan for today is to analyze a lot of charts. I will share with you some trades, some forecasts, some setups. I will answer your questions. Remember, traders, that as always during these live sessions, we have a live chat, and in a live chat, you can ask me questions. You can ask me to analyze any instrument you want. You can ask me to clarify some things that are not clear to you in my analysis. And let's just have a dialogue. Say hello if you watch this live stream. Say hello if everything is working, if you see me, if you see the chart. And say hello if you are ready for learning something new. And hello Whitner, hello Gimzon, hello Abba, hello Kelvin, hello Patrick, hello Rocket. Nice to see you guys, and Happy New Year to you all. And before we start, let me wish you all the best in this new year. Let's hope that this month, this year will be profitable for us, and I wish you all the best. So the best start, I guess, will be to discuss the trade that I took this morning on dollar cat. I will share with you the analysis of the pair. I will explain to you why I opened the short position, and then we will see how it goes. Hello Kian, hello Ilian, hello Zaya, hello Brian, AB, Notorious World, Simon, Ugar here. Thank you for joining. And GG's, by the way, one important reminder is that as always the chat is moving quickly, and occasionally I can miss your question. So if I'm not answering for quite a while, ask your question again, because I know that some of you become very angry when I'm ignoring, but I am not ignoring. Sometimes the chat is so quick that I just cannot notice all the questions in the chat. So please don't be angry. So let's warm up analyzing dollar cat pair. And those who are watching my live session the first time, for you, a quick reminder is that my trading strategy called top-down trading strategy. It is the trading strategy that is based on multiple time frame analysis. With that strategy, I analyze multiple time frames. I start with the higher time frame, usually with the daily. I look for key levels there, and then on lower time frames, I look for different kinds of continuations, and the continuations are the exact signals that I apply for opening short or long position. So analyzing dollar cat pair on a daily time frame, your first task is to get where the market is going. The first task is to build the directional bias to get whether the market is bullish or bearish. In order to do that, you can simply analyze the market trend, you can analyze the recent lows and highs, yes, and with the sequence of the lows and highs, you can easily identify the current trend. And here, obviously, dollar cat is trading in a bearish trend. You can see that over time, the market keeps hitting the lower lows and lower highs. Recently, the market set a new lower low, lower close here, and from that lower low, we started a correctional movement. So the trend is bearish, and the market is currently correcting. So for us, this correction is a perfect opportunity to look for trend following trade, to look for the trend continuation, to look for shorting. And in order to identify the safe point to short from, what we should do, we should analyze the key levels. We should analyze the historical structures, and we should look for the areas, the levels that were important for the market in the past, and from these levels and areas, we will look for shorting. Analyzing the historical key levels, we can spot, traders, that over here we got a very significant structure support. You can see that that area right here was a very strong support from where we saw a lot of bullish reactions. Then, however, with this bearish rally, the market violated that support and closed below that. After the breakout, the broken structure was retested. The market retested the broken structure and we dropped much lower. So that area right here is a perfect resistance. And from that area, we can look for shorting opportunities. One more thing to note right here is that if we analyze the lower highs, we can also spot here the falling trend line. You can see that here we have a very nice and significant falling trend line from where in the past we saw strong bearish reactions. So what we have here on dollar CAD is the perfect example of a confluence zone. The zone that is based on a trend line and on a horizontal structure. And usually these zones are crucially important for the market participants, and we should pay close attention to these areas. So once we spot the area to trade from, once we spot a strong resistance, we do not open a trading position blindly. What we do next, we analyze the lower time frames and we analyze the reaction of the price to the area that we spotted on a daily time frame. So we will open a 4-hour time frame, and on the 4-hour time frame we will look for the clues, we will look for the confirmations. Analyzing the candlesticks here on dollar CAD, we can spot that once the market reached our confluence zone, first we were rejected heavily. And why I say that we were rejected heavily? Because the wick of that candle right here is bigger than its body. It signifies that bulls were pushing the market, but once that area was reached, the market faced a very strong bearish pressure. And after that, you can see that the pair also formed a doji candle, very cute doji that signified a local weakness. We can spot even more clues analyzing the hourly time frame. On an hourly time frame, the first thing to note is that when the market reached our confluence zone, on an hourly time frame we have formed a double top formation. A very classic double top here was formed, and you can see that the price successfully violated the neckline of the pattern and closed below that. For us, it is a very important sign of strength of the sellers. One more important thing to note here is that for some time, dollar CAD pair was trading within that rising wedge pattern, and you can see that the price perfectly respected the boundaries of the wedge. We saw the strong bearish reactions from the resistance of the wedge, and we saw strong bullish reactions from the support of the wedge. And with this intraday bearish movement, the price violated the neckline of a double top and the support, the rising support of the wedge, giving us two very strong intraday bearish confirmations. So my decision to short, I made a decision to short after the violation of a neckline of that double top, and when the market closes below that, I immediately set my sell limit order on a retest of a broken neckline. I set my stop loss above the highs of the pattern, and here are the targets for the trade. So the initial target for the trade is the closest strong support. Our closest strong support is that area on a 4-hour time frame, and the target is simply above that. So risk to reward there is about 1.2. And because it is the trend following trade, because it is the trend following setup, after reaching that support, I would suggest taking only the partial profit, and I would anticipate then a strong bearish continuation to lower structures. Remember, traders, that on a daily time frame, we are trading in a bearish trend, and probabilities will be high that from that area, we're going to see a bearish movement all the way down to current lows. So after you book some profit and protect your trading position, you can let the market go and you can anticipate a bearish movement lower to that support. So my bias on dollar CAD is bearish. I believe that it will keep falling. So let's anticipate a bearish continuation here, and let's prepare for for further bearish movement. Let me know, traders, as always, if everything is clear in this trading setup. Let me know what are your thoughts about this short trade on dollar CAD pair, and let me know what are your thoughts. Now, let me know what will be the next pair for analysis. When I was preparing for today's live stream, I spotted some interesting setup on euro dollar. I have some thoughts about dollar yen, Aussie dollar, euro CAD, and also dollar Swiss. So let me know, traders, which pair do you want me to cover next? Then Patrick says, can ATR assist to qualify the market trend such as potential breakout or reversal? Not really, I think, Patrick. And to be honest, talking with different traders on TradingView and talking with some other full-time traders, I noticed that most of the traders apply ETR just for setting the stop loss and the target. So ETR is the indicator that measures the average volatility on the financial instrument. And the idea is that if you measure the volatility of certain instrument and pick the stop loss value that is bigger than the average volatility, you set a very safe stop loss. So I'm not sure how exactly ETR can help you to treat the breakouts, but certainly it can help you to set safe stop losses, right? So, and by the way, very good question, Patrick. Thank you so much for asking. So I see a question from Uzair about silver. Let's check silver together and discuss it. So first we will start the analysis from a daily and check what is up here on a daily. Very interesting thing, traders, because definitely the trend on the market is very bullish, and since October you can see that the market is very bullish. However, if we concentrate our attention on the recent price action, we can see that the market here is quite weak, and we have recently violated that important horizontal support. Ahead, we now have that zone of demand. We have a very important support cluster right here, and you can see that after the test of its upper boundary, we already were rejected from that. We formed doji candle on that, so it signifies that that structure here, at least for now, holds. So here are the potential scenarios for you here on silver. First, let's briefly discuss a bearish scenario, because if the price violates that support and closes below this one on a daily, probabilities will be high that the pair will drop lower. Then, if we close below that horizontal support, yes, be prepared for a movement lower to that structure. Concerning a bullish scenario, on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that at the moment silver is consolidating, and you can see that we are trading within a quite wide horizontal trading range. You can see that we are trading within a quite wide intraday zone, and it signifies that at the moment the trading volumes are accumulating within that range, and the market participants are waiting for the news. They are looking for the trigger to finally decide where to start pushing the market. For that reason, these ranges are very important, and for that reason, it is very important for you to learn to recognize these ranges. So, for you, the advice is to wait for the news on silver, and the bullish breakout of the resistance of the range will most likely be your strong bullish signal that will push the prices higher to that daily resistance around 23.7 level. Alternatively, remember that if you are a scalper, if you are a day trader, you can also consider trading the market within the boundaries of the range. You can look for shorting from the resistance of the range, and you can look for buying from the support of the range. That will be my trading recommendation for you. Then let's check dollar yen pair. Dollar yen looks very interesting, and so far we can see that today the pair is quite bullish. You can see that once the market reached that high around 151, we finally stopped growing. You can see that dollar yen pair was trading in a very strong bullish trend the last year, and once we reached that resistance, finally the pair started to consolidate. We started to trade within the range. We formed a double top pattern right here, and then finally a correctional movement initiated. This bearish movement on the pair was a correctional movement, and even though from such a perspective you can see that the market is bearish, remember that the global trend here is bullish, and most likely this movement right here is simply a correction. Then if we analyze the price action, we can also spot some important bullish clues here. You can see that for some time the pair was trading within that falling wedge pattern. We formed a very nice falling wedge, and you can see that once the price reached that support, the price bounced and we have violated the resistance of the wedge with a very strong bullish candle. Yes, this high momentum bullish candle was a very important bullish signal. And after that, take a look what happened, traders. After that, the price even bounced and we even violated the level of the last lower high. So to me, it feels like we have a bullish reversal here on dollar yen, and most likely bulls will now dominate again, and most likely we're gonna see a bullish continuation here. I strongly believe that the price may keep growing to that horizontal resistance. So far, it is the closest strong structure that I see on a daily. Now a couple of words about the intraday analysis. I guess on an hourly time frame, yes, we have a very nice rising channel. Take a look, traders. You can see that we have this rising channel, rising intraday channel. And once the market reached the resistance of the channel, we started to fall steadily, and the market formed one more channel, the channel within the channel. Then once we approached the support of this bigger channel, the market formed a very nice and cute head and shoulders pattern within its boundaries. Here is the neckline of the pattern, here is the left shoulder, here is the head, and here goes the right shoulder. So you can see that we got here a very perfect bullish reversal. We got a violation of the neckline of the pattern, and we got the violation of the resistance of that falling channel. After that, the market retested the broken neckline, and now we see a bullish continuation. So to me, the pair looks bullish, and I would anticipate growth here. I strongly believe that dollar yen pair will keep growing. Traders, let me know if everything is clear. Let me know if you're following, and let me know if my analysis makes sense to you. Now we're gonna check pound yen. I see a lot of questions about pound yen, and on the pound yen pair this week I already caught a losing trade. I decided to open a short position on the pair with my students, and unfortunately here we were stopped out. The idea was that pound yen pair was trading within that huge horizontal range, and by the way, it is still trading within that huge range. You can see that here for quite long period of time the market was ranging. You can see that the price perfectly respected the support of the range and the resistance of the range. When the market was approaching the resistance of the range, we were looking for confirmation to short the market from that, and we spotted a very strong bearish confirmation with my students. We spotted the formation of a rising channel right here, and we also spotted the head and shoulders pattern within the boundaries of the channel. So we made a decision to short the pair after the breakout of the neckline of that head and shoulders pattern, and we were anticipating a bearish movement. And you can see that initially we were completely right, and you can see that the pair was falling as we predicted. However, the problem was that we were expecting the movement to a lower structure. We were expecting the movement to that support, and unfortunately the price didn't manage to reach that support. So initially we made a correct prediction. However, our target was too far, and instead of reaching our target, the market dropped, and then the price started to grow and we were stopped out. So that was a losing trade that we took on pound yen pair. If we discuss the current perspective, you can see that we are still testing the resistance of the regions. Technically speaking, we are still trading within that major resistance. It is very important because even though today the market is very bullish, we cannot say that it will remain bullish. For now, what is important for us is the reaction of the price to that resistance. And what we will look for here on pound yen, we will look for a bullish breakout of that resistance as a confirmation. We will need a daily candle close above that resistance. It will be our bullish signal, it will be our bullish confirmation, and only then we can anticipate a further bullish continuation to higher structures. So if you are looking for buying the pair, please consider waiting for a breakout. It will be a very important condition to buy the pair safely. And after the breakout, if the price violates that resistance, we can then anticipate a bullish movement all the way up to that horizontal resistance. It will be the next goal for the buyers. Also, remember that the price may easily drop from the upper boundary of that structure. So pay close attention to a price action in lower time frames and look how the price reacts to this 185 level. It is also the psychological number, it is the round number, so we have a very nice confluence here between the historical structure and the psychological structure. So pay close attention and be very, 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 very careful. Now, what will be the next one? I think we also gonna check Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I receive a lot of questions on Telegram concerning Bitcoin. So many people are wondering why it started to fall. Why exactly it is bearish, even though we have recently violated the resistance of a very peculiar triangle. I want to remind you that earlier here Bitcoin formed this ascending triangle formation, and the violation of its resistance was a very strong bullish trigger. So why the hell the market is falling now? The answer is very simple, and if we look left at structure on a weekly time frame, we can easily spot a very significant horizontal resistance right here. You can see that here we have a very important horizontal structure that the market reached. And take a look, traders, how nicely the price reacted to that. Bulls got an attempt to push the price higher, but once that resistance was reached, once the upper boundary of that resistance was reached, we got a very strong bearish reaction from that area. You can see how strongly the market dropped then. So what is next? What can we anticipate next? I guess the market may easily correct itself from that resistance. And for now, what we should do, we should pay close attention to the significant supports from where we can buy after correction. A very important support that I see on Bitcoin now is that trend line. Why I like this trend line is the fact that that trend line was respected by the market already 3 times. And 3 times we saw strong rejections from that. 3 times in a row we saw very strong bullish reactions to that. So that trend line can be a very safe point for you to buy Bitcoin after a pullback. So patiently monitor that structure. If the market goes lower, we have also this support right here, and we have this support right here. So we have 3 important structures to watch. Of course, the main focus will be the trend line, but if the price violates the trend line and goes lower, these 2 supports will be the next important structures for you to watch. By the way, let me know, traders, in the comment section, what are your expectations from Bitcoin now? Do you believe that the correction will follow, or do you anticipate a further growth? Let me know what are your thoughts concerning this one. Now, I guess the next one will be the pound New Zealand pair. Let's check it. And traders, as I told you, I have some nice swing long setup on Aussie dollar. So give me yes in the live chat if you want me to share that setup with you, because for swing traders, I guess that setup is very nice. And Kelvin says correction. Yes, Kelvin. I also think like you, simply because the market is very overheated at the moment. So pound New Zealand pair. Again, what we do first, we analyze the trend here. We are trying to get what is currently going on with the market. And here it feels like we have a global bearish reversal, because for a quite long period of time, pound New Zealand was bullish. We were trading in a bullish trend since more than a year, right? And the market was growing. However, after we reached that high, we formed a strong bearish impulse. And after the formation of that impulse, we retraced. We set a lower high, and we dropped lower, setting a new lower low. So from the trend analysis perspective, the trend, this bullish trend right here, was violated. We have a confirmed trend change, and now we can see that the trend in pound New Zealand is bearish. With that in mind, let's now zoom in the chart and check the current situation. From what we see is that after the price set a new lower close, we see a correctional movement. And when the market started the correctional movement, you can see that the price started to trade within this rising parallel channel. Yes, we have a very nice and cute rising parallel falling parallel channel right here. And at the moment, the price is testing the upper boundary of that channel. And the upper boundary of that channel in pound New Zealand is a very significant vertical resistance. And from that vertical resistance, we can look for shorting. However, again, what we will strictly need right here before we short, we will need a confirmation. So let's check how the price reacts to that trend line on a 4-hour time frame, and let's look for confirmation. You can see that on a 4-hour time frame, the pair is currently ranging. You can see that we are trading within a horizontal trading range. Trading within that range, our main focus will be the boundaries of the range. And bearish breakout of the support of the range will give us the important sign of strength of the sellers. If a 4-hour candle closes below the support of the range, for you it will be a signal to short the pair, anticipating a bearish movement to lower structures. So those who want to short pound New Zealand, patiently wait for a violation of the support of the range. Alternatively, the breakout of the resistance of the range will be a very important bullish signal. It will be a very important bullish clue. It will confirm the invalidation, the violation of that trend line, of that resistance of the channel. And then with a high probability, the pair will keep growing to the next strong resistance. So those who are looking for buying, wait for a bullish violation of the resistance of the range. That will be your strong bullish signal. And after that, we will anticipate a bullish movement to that horizontal resistance. That is the plan for pound New Zealand. Also, you can see that the price just tested the support of the range. Testing the support of the range, the price formed a double bottom formation, violated its decline. So locally, from the intraday perspective, we can anticipate a local bullish continuation. Gold traders, let me know if you are here and watching. Let me know if you want me to check gold for you. Give me yes in the live chat if you want me to analyze gold. And now let's check Aussie dollar pair. Aussie dollar pair looks very interesting. Because what we see on Aussie dollar again, we see that the pair is trading in a bullish trend since October. Since October, the pair is bullish. You can see that we set the higher highs and higher lows. And we can easily state that here the market trend is bullish. Then analyzing the price action, we can spot that the price started a correctional movement once that resistance is reached. And if we look left, we can spot that our historical structure was higher, and for now the pair didn't manage to reach that. It makes me think, traders, that the pair still has a potential to go higher, and it makes me think that still there's a very high chance that Aussie dollar will keep growing and that horizontal resistance will be reached. Then if we zoom in the chart and analyze the price action, here we can spot a very important rising trend line. That rising trend line is a very solid vertical support. And what we also can spot here is that the price also nicely respected that horizontal support. So the trend line and that support here compose again the confluence zone. That will be the demand zone, the demand area. And we will assume that buyers will place their orders within that area. And while the market is trading within that area, buyers will keep buying the pair. Then if we open a 4-hour time frame, we can see in details what is currently happening with the market. You can see that currently the market is trading within the range. Yes, we have again a very nice and cute range, and the price perfectly respects the resistance of the range and our blue zone of demand. So for swing traders, that range can give a perfect opportunity to buy. You should patiently wait for a bullish breakout of the resistance of the range. That will be your strong bullish swing confirmation. And after that, you can look for buying on a retest of a broken support of the range with the stop loss lying below that demand area. You can anticipate a bullish movement to a current structure high. That will be your perfect swing long trade. The only thing that you need right here is the confirmation though. And for that reason, you should not buy the market now. You should wait for a breakout of the resistance of the range. That will be the sign of strength of the buyers and the signal for you to buy. Then, also remember that with the coming news, this week we are expecting some important fundamental news. With the coming news, everything may change. And a bearish violation of that zone of demand will be a strong bearish signal that may push the pair lower. Please consider such a scenario as well. Let me know what you think about the trading plan. Yes, I guess it looks interesting, can be a nice trend following screenshot. Let me know what are your thoughts. Now let's check gold. Let's analyze gold and let me share with you my thoughts about gold. And those who watched my Christmas live stream know that I warned about that area. Here, when we did the Christmas live stream, I showed all the members this very important resistance based on that trend line and that horizontal structure. And I told you before I went on vacation that chances will be very high that from that resistance we're gonna see a bearish movement. And you can see how perfectly the price respected that area. From what we see now is that after the price set a new local high right here, we started a correctional movement. And at the moment, the price is stuck on a very important horizontal support. Here's our horizontal structure, and you can see that we were nicely rejected from that structure just recently. Once that structure was tested, from that structure the price nicely bounced, and on an hourly time frame at the same time it was a very nice bullish confirmation right here. You can see that the price here formed a double bottom formation, violated its snake line, and then went higher. So what do we see now? Depending on the reaction of the price to that support, I see two potential scenarios. First, let's discuss a bearish scenario. Those who are looking for shorting, those who are bearish, those who want to sell, for you, you should patiently wait for a bearish breakout of that support. If a daily candle closes below that support, if we violate that structure and close below that on a daily, chances will be high that we will drop lower. And where will be our next goal for the sellers then? Where will be our next target? The next target will be the next key daily structure support. And your next support will be over here. So in case of a violation of that support, we will have a very nice potential for further bearish continuation. Then for those who want to buy, I see a very nice bullish pattern right here. And those who subscribe to my free Telegram channel know that earlier I shared this flag formation. We have a very nice bullish flag right here. Here is the flagpole, and then we see the formation of this falling channel. For now, the resistance of the channel is the resort for the sellers to sell from, and you can see that 3 times in a row the market dropped from that trend line. So your trend following signal, your bullish signal on gold, will be a violation of that trend line. A daily candle closes above. If a daily candle closes above that trend line, if we violate that and close above that on a daily, chances will be high that then gold will keep growing, and then we can anticipate a bullish movement to the current high. If you buy the breakout of the flag, also please consider that minor resistance right here, and I would suggest taking the partial profit once that resistance is reached. Let me know, traders, if you want me to also check the intraday time frames on gold for you. Let me know if you are interested in the lower time frames analysis. Also, one more very important thing that I wanted to discuss on gold is based on a weekly time frame analysis. So if we analyze gold, let's even open a naked chart. That will be better. Let's open the naked chart, weekly time frame, and as you know, last year in the beginning of December, the price set a new historical high right here. But even though it was a new historical high, the price didn't manage to close above that weekly resistance, and we closed within. And that entire movement right here was a manipulation, and the market, the smart money here definitely manipulated the market to make it form such a long wick. And checking the ideas on TradingView, I noticed that many traders now see that the fact that the price formed such a huge wick right here is a very strong signal of a coming strong bearish movement to much lower structures. And I don't really think so, traders. Even though in the past we can see that after the formation of this long wicks, the market dropped significantly, when it happened in the past, all these wicks were strictly formed within the boundaries of that resistance. And you can see that with this wicks, the price perfectly respected that weekly horizontal resistance. However, that wick right here signifies that that resistance doesn't hold anymore. That wick signifies that that resistance here is no more valid. It is not a weekly resistance anymore. So to me, the fact that the price managed to set a new historical high that is much higher than the previous highs signifies that now gold has a nice potential to go much higher. Yes, it indicates that sellers here are very weak. Let me know, by the way, what are your thoughts concerning such reasoning, and what do you personally anticipate? Do you believe that the market will drop here, or are you bullish? Then let's check the intraday time frames. Let's return to our drawings. Yes, and now let's check the 4 hour. Let's discuss what is the situation here. Let's take away that line. Yeah, and concentrate on the 4 hour price action. On the 4 hour time frame, you can see that the market is extremely weak. You can see that we are currently ranging within that horizontal range. And as you know, today we don't have the news. Today we don't have the important fundamentals, and for that reason technicals will most likely dominate. For that reason, probabilities will be high that the price will keep ranging, that the price will keep staying within the boundaries of the range. You can see that the resistance of the range has just been tested. And that fact and the rejection right here increase the probabilities that from the resistance of the range we're gonna see a bearish movement. Take a look how the price reacted to that resistance on an hourly time frame. We were growing sharply, but once that resistance was reached, we immediately dropped and we formed a bearish candle. So those who trade gold intraday, I guess it is reasonable to expect a local bearish movement right here, a local bearish continuation. Let's even check how the price reacts to that on the 30 minutes. On the 30 minutes time frame, you can even spot a very nice cup and handle formation. Right here is the cup. Right here is the cup. And here is the handle. And you can see that the price successfully violated the neckline of the cup and handle formation. You can see that with a strong bearish candle, the price violated its neckline. So I would anticipate a bearish movement and I would anticipate a bearish continuation here. So that is what I see. Pay attention to that range. If you're a day trader, that range is very important, especially the support of the range and the resistance of the range. If we check the news, we can spot that tomorrow we have the inflation data, and the inflation data is crucially important for gold traders. For gold, these news are very important. So tomorrow will be the important decision for gold, and the reaction of the price to the boundaries of the range will show you with a high probability where the market will go next. Let me introduce if you have any questions. And by the way, again, if I missed your question, yes, I knew that, especially at the beginning of the live stream, there were a lot of questions, and if I missed your question, please ask me again, and I will answer. Now, I see a question from T about Aussie Swiss. Let's analyze Aussie Swiss and check the situation there. So on Aussie Swiss here, T, what we got recently, the price was consolidating within that range. You can see that for some time, Aussie Swiss was trading within that area. Aussie Swiss was trading within that wide range. And what happened recently, the price violated the support of the range. Yes, we got a confirmed violation, we got a confirmed structure breakout. You can see that for many days we are already trading below the broken support of the range. The broken support of the range now turned into a strong resistance, and I think that chances will be high that Aussie Swiss will drop, and I do believe that we can anticipate a bearish movement here. So be prepared for a bearish continuation. Those who trade Aussie Swiss intraday, for you, if you're looking for a bearish confirmation, I guess, let me show you. Here should be the pattern. If I remember correctly, we should have the pattern somewhere here, probably. If we draw it this way, yes. So from such a perspective, we have right here this rising parallel channel. So you can let the price trade within the boundaries of the channel. You can wait for a test of that blue area, and your bearish confirmation on the pair will be a bearish breakout of the support of the channel. He says, can we short it now? So it all depends on your trading style. So if you are a swing trader, if you trade the market on a daily, then yes, then you can already open short position and set your stop loss simply above the resistance. So if you are a swing trader, you can just take the trade like that, yes, and that will be your short trade. But if you're a day trader, your task now is to analyze the intraday time frames and look for confirmation. Yes, your task is to monitor the intraday price action and look for the signs of strength of the sellers. Yes, that is what you should look for. I hope it is. I hope it is clear. Now, Noah says, brother, if a price managed to violate an incline of a head and shoulders pattern and don't manage to retest it, what should I do? Noah, good question. So if you spotted the head and shoulders pattern, right, and you see the neckline breakout, and if you are wondering what to do if the price is not retesting, here are two options for you. So if for you the fact that you missed the movement is very painful and you cannot take that, then what you should do, you should just trade the market after a breakout. You should be aggressive and you should open the trade immediately after a violation of a neckline. But if you miss the trade and you are okay with that, like I am, for example, then I would suggest trading on a retest, because retest trading in the long run gives you the bigger profits. And on my YouTube channel, there is a video, the retest trading, so you can check it. There I explain why retest trading gives bigger profits. Now, what will be the next one? Euro yen pair. Euro yen pair, brother, is very, 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 very depressing as well. So on euro yen pair, I also made a decision to short the market. You can see that euro yen pair again is ranging. You can see that here ranging, and I guess within the range we have the ascending triangle formation with a very, 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 very strong resistance. And you can see that on the resistance of the range we formed a cute doji candle. So testing that the price formed the head and shoulders pattern. Yes, here was the head and shoulders pattern formation, this one. And you can see that the price violated the neckline of the pattern. Again, initially after the breakout, we saw a very nice bearish movement. But unfortunately, the price here didn't manage to reach my target level. And I guess most likely I'm gonna be stopped out here. From what we see now is that we see the breakout attempt of that major resistance. We see a breakout attempt of that major horizontal structure. And if a daily candle closes above that, if the today's daily candle violates that structure and closes above that, it will be a very strong bullish signal. And then you can anticipate a bullish movement higher to higher structure levels. Yes, and then your next goal will be that supply area. So my advice to you now is to patiently let this daily candle close first. Yes, and daily candle close above that resistance will be your bullish signal. Patrick says, is trading on an hourly time frame considered swing trading? No, I think that hourly time frame trading is more like day trading. Occasionally, the setups that spotted on an hourly can become the swing trades, but most of the time, I guess hourly time frame is still the day trading time frame. Now, US30 index. Question from Kairon. Let's check it. I guess you saw, traders, that US30 index set a new historical high before holidays started. Yeah, and during the if you read Bloomberg, Market Watch, or investing.com, you probably knew that all the holidays, checking the news, always there were the news that the indexes set new historical highs. That is funny. I guess it is probably because of the coming elections. they made it. But anyway, we set a new historical high here, and we violated that major weekly resistance. That major weekly resistance now turned into a very important support. Yes, that is our huge support. Bit lower right here we have one more very important support. So my advice to you is the following. Of course, the market is very overheated at the moment, and we can already see the signs of weakness of the sellers with the violation of the support of that channel. You can see that here we have a rising parallel channel, and that rising parallel channel has already been broken. So my advice to you is to look for buying on dip. Let the market start a correction, at least to that support, and then from one of the supports look for a confirmation to buy. Yes, because buying now is very risky, the market is very overbought. First let it correct itself and then look for buying from these two supports. Now, a question from Ugur about WTI crude oil. Let's open WTI crude oil and discuss. So WTI crude oil is still bearish. You can see that since September we are trading in a bearish trend, and our global bias here is still bearish. At the same time, if we analyze the recent price action, we can also spot that the market is trading within that rising parallel channel. And at the moment, we are testing the resistance of the channel. So wait for a bullish breakout of the resistance of the channel. It will be a bullish signal, and it will give us the extended correction to that resistance. Now let's check the intraday timeframes and let's look how the price reacts to that trend line. Let's look for some patterns here. Probably we have any pattern right here. Let's check. Let's try to draw. No, I guess no pattern at the moment. Let's zoom out on a 4-hour and let's try to find something peculiar right here. I guess nothing for now. So the only thing that we can confirm is that on a daily we have a very important support here. The support that was respected by the price 2 times in a row already. And that support is the resort for the buyers to buy the market for now. And your next trend following signal on oil will be a bearish breakout of that support. Yes, a daily candle close below that support will be a very important sign of strength of the sellers. Also, it can happen that within that channel the market may form a descending triangle. You can see that we already have 2 lower highs right here. The market is testing the trend line now, and if we drop from the trend line, it will confirm the formation of a descending triangle right here. A very bearish pattern, and it will increase the probabilities that a trend following movement will follow. Then simply wait for a breakout of the support of the triangle. That will be your strong bearish confirmation. Derek, we already discussed Euro Yen and PAL. We already discussed Pound Yen, so please check the recordings. I shared very detailed analysis, and Euro Yen, I guess, was analyzed just 10 minutes ago, so please check it. Multiple Stream says, please, when is the best time to get out of a losing trade? You know, there are, again, different strategies to follow. If you see that your trade in a drawdown, some traders watch the important fundamental news, and if the news again go against your trade, such news can be the signal for you to close the trade. What I usually do, I prefer to set my stop loss based on an important structure. And I usually prefer to let the market hit the stop loss. Yes, so my stop loss is the point where my analysis becomes wrong, where I become wrong in my predictions. So the fact that I'm stopped out invalidates my trading setup. So just choose the option that you prefer, but I always prefer to be patient, and I prefer to let the price hit my stop loss. That is the signal for me to close the trade. And remember, by the way, that even when the market almost reached your stop loss, there always is the chance that the price will reverse and go to your target. So remember that trading is the probabilities game. So everything can change in a glimpse of an eye. Vadim, we already discussed oil. Yeah, I shared the detailed analysis. I just analyzed that. So uh, please check the recording. What is the best price action for swing trading? The trend following. Yes, the trend following. With the swing trading, the best setup is the trend following one that you take after a correction, after a pullback. New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar looks very similar to Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar is very bullish. It is trading in a bullish trend. You can see that recently the price set a new higher close on a daily and started a correctional movement. At the moment, New Zealand dollar pair is trading on a strong horizontal support. We have a very important zone of demand right here that the price is testing, and we already saw a strong rejection from that support. So for now, the plan is the following. For now, we monitor the price action on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour time frame, we have a huge range. You can see that the trading volumes are currently accumulating within the boundaries of that range, and your bullish signal, your bullish swing signal on New Zealand dollar pair will be a bullish breakout of the resistance of the range. 4-hour candle close above will be your strong bullish confirmation that will push the prices higher. By the way, today we see a lot of ranges on today's live stream. We see a lot of horizontal ranges, and it after the winter holidays it is often like that, because quite often during the Christmas holidays, the New Year holidays, the markets stop growing, stop falling, the markets start the stagnation and the ranges form. And no surprise that we spot so many ranges on different forex pairs. And those who want to short New Zealand dollar, for now main focus is that daily support. If the price violates that daily support and closes below this one, we can then expect a bearish movement to that horizontal structure. It will be the next goal for the sellers then. Multiple Streams says, could you please suggest some technical analysis tools needed to aid price action trading? The ones you use, if there are any. The trend lines. Yes, the trend lines are the best tools for the price action trading, and the supports and resistances. Yes, support and resistance and the trend lines are the best tools. And if you are asking about the technical indicators, probably for price action trading, I guess moving average probably can help. It can give you extra solid confirmations. Right. So traders, I hope that you enjoyed today's live session. We discussed a lot of setups. So it was the first live session this year, and honestly, for now, the beginning of the year is not good for me, so I started this year with losses. And funny thing is that I checked the track record of the last year, and last year January also started with losses. That is quite funny, I guess. So yeah, it's like the market tells me that there's no time for relaxing. Once you start relaxing, the market immediately takes takes your money. So let's see how it goes. I wish you a profitable trading year, traders. Let's hope that 2024 will be profitable for us all, even though it starts not good. Let's hope that the situation will change, that we will recover, and the profits will follow. Thank you, and the recording will be provided in a couple of minutes, and also the time codes will be provided as well. And also, traders, please do not forget to watch my other videos, and do not forget to subscribe to my social networks. I have free Telegram channel, Trading View page, Facebook group, Twitter. All the links are in the description below. Thank you so much, traders, for watching, and I will see you soon.